Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Fat to Fit Revolution. Thank you so much for joining today. I really appreciate you tuning in and seeing what we have to say, whether you're listening to the podcast or the YouTube video. Just thanks for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with all of your friends. Guys, I'm so happy you're joining me today. I'm just going to jump right in. Today I'm going to talk about 5 ways to get a workout in when you are a busy parent, whether you are working several jobs or you work a job that takes a lot of your time. These are 5 easy ways to just go ahead and get that active movement in every day. You can repeat these things. You can really just take what works for your lifestyle and incorporate those little by little and make those small changes, which are going to make the big results. So, the first thing you can do is to walk. So, if you have a desk job, maybe that is taking the time, every few hours, if possible, getting up, um, taking a break, and just walking in place, marching in place, walking around your office, maybe going, if you work in an office building, maybe walking, just downstairs, taking the stairs, and then coming back up. If you're a mom like me, maybe that's when you're dropping a child off at, daycare or preschool, um, or you drop them at the gym um, into child minding or whatever, and you walk for 20, 30 minutes. Um, it's a really good place to start. It's very low impact. Most people can do that, and it's something that you can incorporate in just small sections of the day. And you can maybe even keep track of it and see, okay, is this going to work for me? What can I do? How can I get more steps in? If you wear a fitness tracker, maybe you start and aim for 6,000 steps, and then once you start to get that for a couple of weeks, then you bump it up to the recommended 10,000 steps. The other thing you could do is every time you go to the restroom, whether it's to go to the bathroom, to wash your hands, brush your teeth, um, to give your kid a bath, let's say do 5 to 10 squats. Um, that's a really good way to make sure that you're getting your movement in, and it's a good trigger. So every time you go to the bathroom, you do those squats. Another recommendation is to, when you have a spare minute. So if you're sitting down, you're watching TV, and maybe you haven't got your workout in today, you can stand up and do maybe 2 minutes of like I said, marching in place or high knees. Maybe you want something more with a higher impact. What I used to do is throughout the day, I would um, make sure that for so many minutes I marched in place, whether I was reading or I was watching TV or I had a couple minutes that I found myself kind of aimlessly scrolling through Facebook or social media. That's a really good thing you could do: march in place, walk in place, um, you know, um, high knees, uh, squats, whatever. That's a really good thing to do, especially when you want to break up. Maybe you have a commercial break or something, or your Netflix is skipping to the next episode. Just go ahead and stand up for 2 minutes and do that, and time it if you have to. If not, just do it until you're feeling a little bit worn out. Sit down next time a commercial break or the Netflix episode is coming on. Just do the same thing, and you'll really find that those things are gonna add up, and you're really gonna notice that those small changes can make a huge difference in your day. The other thing you can do is instead of doing it during commercial breaks, say, okay, during the day, I'm going to walk up and down the stairs for, let's say, 2 to 5 minutes. Or if you need to break those up into like 1 minute spaces or whatever works for your lifestyle. These are just suggestions, but it's really important to at least take a few minutes and find something active to do, especially if you work a desk job or you're sitting down a lot, or you're not able to get out of the office. These are really important things. You can even do this on your lunch break. Um, After you finish your lunch, if you have a couple minutes left over, um, maybe take a walk around the block, or take the stairs instead of taking the elevator or escalator, whatever you have there. Another great thing you can do is, if you are maybe perhaps going to the mall and you you need to shop or something, or you're going to the grocery store or something, if you have the time, do a couple laps around the mall, depending on how big your mall is. Or if you're going to go to the grocery store, maybe say, okay, especially if you're going to go by yourself, if you're leaving your spouse or you're leaving a sitter with the kids, you can, make a few extra laps around the grocery store, or you can make it a point to walk up and down every aisle, maybe avoid the aisles that have temptations, um, and find fun games that you can do. Make it fun, make it something that you want to do. The other thing you could do, um, is you could just, when you wake up in the morning, say, I'm going to take 2 minutes to um, stretch, and then I'm going to take 5 minutes to just turn on some music and just dance around, and just let loose. Um, and maybe that's something that would fit with your lifestyle and that you would enjoy. You want to make sure that you enjoy it. That is so important. Um, Enjoying your exercise and doing it because you love your body and you want to be healthy and you want to be fit is super important. And this is an aside from what you can do workout wise, is bump up your water intake. So track your water. If you are drinking, um, you know, 24 ounces every 2 hours, maybe aim for 30 ounces every 2 hours. For me, I always keep a water bottle handy. It's 30 ounces, and I generally fill it up every 1 to 2 hours, sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on how active I am through the day. If you're more active, you want to have more water, and things like that. And really focus on your nutrition, especially if you're having an active rest day. So the program that I'm doing right now, it is 4 days a week of workouts, structured workouts, and then he has some stretching workouts, some foam rolling workouts, and then what I do is I add in yoga. And walking. So 2 days a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays, when I have my active rest days, I will go walk, and I'll give myself some of that free time. I put the kids in child minding. If you have that option, it's really great. Generally, it's a lot cheaper than hiring a sitter. Um, and you can, get some time to yourself. You can listen to music, if that's your thing. You can throw on a podcast. That's what I like to do. An audible book, or you could get on a machine at the gym if you have the time. Generally, there's like a 1 to 2 hour gap of how long they allow your child in the child minding. For me, it's 2 hours, and I take that time to prioritize myself and really, try to work on self development. So you could even get on a machine and bring a book, um, and it doesn't even have to be a self development book. It can just be time for you, and it can be just whatever book you're enjoying at the moment, or whatever podcast you're enjoying, or whatever works for you. It really depends on what works for your lifestyle. The last thing is really focus on nutrition. So, um, on the days that I'm really active, I track. So I track everything that I put into my mouth, and I really have noticed that on the days that I am not active, my carbs are generally lower, um, because I'm generally not moving as much. I'm still walking, I'm still doing yoga, but I'm not lifting weights, and I'm not doing any HIIT or any like intense cardio. So I have found that those days where I have active rest days, my carbs are lower. And that's just something that I've learned from tracking. Really good thing to do is track your food, your water, your exercise, and just see what works for you lifestyle wise. Maybe you need a little bit more water on the days that you're working out. For me, I love water. It's really all I drink. I'll occasionally drink some tea, but that's about it. So I think I listed the 5 things and a few extra suggestions. Um, and just definitely try to add those things in, implement them slowly. Another thing off the top of my head that you could do is try adding a few extra veggies in um, throughout your day. So I know a lot of people are kind of like, ooh, veggies for breakfast, that's weird. Um, and it can be. But if you made like an omelet, you could throw in some mushrooms, some spinach, maybe some peppers. Um, like whatever works for you. Sometimes I'll have like a breakfast wrap with pico de gallo and a little bit of shredded cheese and some eggs and a veggie wrap. And then I'll have some baby carrots or I'll have some, small grape tomatoes. It's whatever works for you, um, whatever you find that works best for your lifestyle. And when you eat more veggies, you're going to find that you're more full. Um, and it's really going to help you. So these are just my tips. If you're really, really busy, you may not be able to get a structured workout in. That's what I hear from a lot of people who say, I want to lose weight or I want to get healthy, but I'm a busy mom. I run my own business. I do X, Y, and Z. And these are good things to start implementing. And once you're starting to get into the routine of doing these things, um, every day or every other day or 4 times a week or whatever, you're really going to start to find that you almost crave things, especially once you see results, especially if you're tracking and you're seeing, hey, I'm eating more veggies and I'm noticing that I'm not as hungry and I'm actually drinking more water and I'm actually like wanting to work out or wanting to move throughout the day. So those are really good things to do. Just a few ideas. If they were helpful, please let me know. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to catch you the next time. Thank you again for sharing this time with me. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to listen and to gather information. I really hope this was helpful. I appreciate any feedback that you have, and really just let me know what you guys are interested in knowing more about. And when I'm learning, you're learning. There's some pretty big things coming to Fat to Fit Revolution, so stay tuned.